what goes around comes around. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and our expression, our proverb, our idiom today is what goes around comes around. Now this is one of those expressions, those idioms that's relatively new. Although Jesus said something similar in the Bible. He said, as you sow, so shall you reap. I guess he didn't say it in the Bible. He said it, and then it's reported in the Bible. But this expression is actually from the 1970s. It appeared in a book by Eddie Stone called Donald Writes No More in 1974. And ever since then, being a teenager then, it became a really popular saying. Hey man, what goes around comes around. Meaning, what you do, what you put out there, you're going to get back in some form or another. So if you're kind to people, you'll get kindness back. If you treat people like you're a jerk and be mean to them, a lot of times that will happen to you. I think of karma. It's the first thing that pops into my mind whenever I hear this idiom or this expression. There's a whole lot of similar idioms and expressions, and I made a list. I'm going to sneak and kind of look at and read a list of some of them because I can't possibly remember them all. But the input into something is what we get back out of it, right? The input is what brings out the output. You reap what you sow. Again, what you plant, the seeds you plant, what you put out into the world, into the universe, into your business is what you get back in return. The more people you help and serve with your business, the more you get back in return. The bigger, the better the problems you solve for people, the more usually money and resources that you get in return. Our entire life, our entire world is an exchange of energy. And when we look at it that way, we want to put our energy into things that will create the results that we want, because everything has consequences, right? What we do has consequences. Bad beginning makes a bad ending. Not sure I agree with that one. A lot of people have had bad beginnings and bad starts and false starts and made mistakes, but they still end up achieving what it is that they want in their life. Sow the wind, reap the whirlwind. I had some experiences with that one. Actions dictate the consequences. Actions will have consequences. You get what you expect. This is one of my all-time favorites. I say it a lot because it reminds me and everyone around me that what we go into our situations with, our relationships, our businesses, everything, we get what we expect. We don't usually get a whole lot more than we expect. We actually get what we expect, or maybe a little bit less. That's why they always say dream big. Your dreams should be bigger than you could possibly imagine ever achieving. You get out of things what you put into them. That's another one of my favorites, Sharonism sayings. I say that a lot as well. I said that ever since I was a child. Probably learned it from my parents, but used it when I was raising my kids as well, to remind them that if you want to achieve something or get good at something, you have to put your energy and effort and practice into it. And by practicing, you become a master. You become better at something. My kids were involved in competitive sports and competitions, and that was one that I had to remind them of. If you want to get better at something, you have to practice. If you want to get anything out of school, you got to put something into school. You have to put some effort into studying and learning and trying to understand different things. And whatever you do to others, you'll get in return. Again, karma. There's 4 different kinds of karma. There's good karma, there's bad karma, there's individual karma, and there's collective karma. I say our organizations tend to have collective karma. The organizations we belong to, for example, any charities or political groups or religious groups we belong to, they all have collective karma. But each and every one of us have our own karma, which we are 100% responsible for creating in the world. What we put into the world is what we get out of it. And then as I was looking into this one a little bit more, because I really am curious and interested in this whole cause and effect karma type of things, I realized, and I found something that said there are 12 different laws of karma. I'm just going to tell you these, and you can do with it what you want, but I found them interesting and things that I want to investigate and learn a little bit more about. So over the next few months, I'll probably just look some of them up and see what they mean to me and what they mean to other people, but then, well, what does that mean to me and my business? So there's, of course, the great law, which is the law of karma, or the law of cause and effect, the law of creation, and that's, I think of that as the law of attraction and our ability and our power to create what it is that we want in our life. If you're listening to me, you've obviously had experience with the law of creation. You've created your life thus far and will continue to create your life until the day that you transition. The law of humility, the law of growth, the law of responsibility, the law of connection, the law of force, the law of giving and hospitality, the law of the here and now, the present moment, the law of change, the law of patience and reward, and the law of significance and inspiration. So those are just some interesting topics and interesting areas and aspects of our existence and our businesses. And how can we incorporate some of those into our business? How are you incorporating and using the what goes around comes around in your business right now? I use it with respect to considering my customer journey. How can I make their journey so awesome that I would love to go on that journey as well? How can I make it a great experience for them so they will always choose our business over and over and over again versus other people? Because there's always multiple choices, right? There's always lots of options for people to choose our business or not. What am I putting out into my business, and what am I getting in return? Am I giving the minimum to get by in my business and expecting huge returns on that? It's not the way it works. Karma is energy in, energy out. And energy in collectively with a whole bunch of people creating something that you want in the world can be huge energy out, huge resources back to you, more than you could possibly even imagine. So that's our expression, that's our idiom, that's our proverb for today. Again, a relatively new one. Curious what your experience has been with this. Have you been on the giving or the receiving end of what goes around comes around? I know I've been on both, and I've learned that I'd much rather put out what I want to see in the world than what I don't want to see. And it's human nature to think about what we don't want, but we have to always be reminding ourselves, hey, am I thinking about what I want or what I don't want? And then flip that around and think about what we do want. So have an absolutely amazing day. I'll be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. 100 Days of Proverbs. We're running to the end of our 100 Days of Proverbs, our 100 days into 2021. But that's what we started out with, just for a different and refreshing look at things that are so common that they might not be impacting us, but they're definitely impacting people that we interact with or people in our business. And we're all in the people business, right? All right, have a great day. I'll be with you tomorrow.